Yo, what's up, guys? We're back for another week of breakdown of predictions. This week we got a huge week. We got one of the biggest cards of the year that had some shakeups recently that made the card to some people even more enticing. But UFC 294, we got Alexander Volkanovski stepping in on short notice. He's going to be taking on Islam Makhachev for the second time, trying to claim the title. This time, a lot of people felt he should have won last time, so it's a great fight, and it's a fight that was very competitive the first time that we saw it. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and the rest of the card's really good too. I mean, this first fight of the night's going to be really fun to break down, but right before we get started, just want to talk about, put a like on this video, man. I would really appreciate it. Everyone that's listening right now, hit that like button. Let's try to get over 200 likes. That would be incredible. I'd really appreciate it. Put a comment down below. Tell me what you think about my predictions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Last week we're coming off a pretty good week in terms of predictions on the channel for UFC. We went 8-3 on that card. We picked Elkins to win. We picked Barbosa. I think we had another underdog in there. So we did a decent job last week in terms of predictions. We're going to be trying to run that back, do it again. And once again, we're going to be putting on bets at patreon.com/MMAPredictionGuru. I got quite a few bets on there. So definitely go check that out. Make sure to put yourself in position with a great community, a great capper, and be able to make some money off watching UFC, man. I think it's a great opportunity. So patreon.com/MMAPredictionGuru, helping yourself out, you're helping the channel out, and we get to grow together and make some money together. So definitely go over there, check it out. Got quite a few bets already for UFC. But let's get in this first fight of the night with Bruno Silva. He's taking on Sharabutdin Magomedov. And Bruno Silva, I mean, this is a really tough test, and he's no stranger to these type of fights in the UFC. He's been kind of matched up with the really hard guys. He fought Brendan Allen. He fought Alex Pereira. So he's been in there with some of the best. And he's coming off a loss, and 3 of his last 4 fights since his war with Alex Pereira, he has lost, hasn't really looked the same. And he needs to bring his A game here, compete, focus in this fight if he wants a chance to win. And he's no stranger to fighting Russians. He had a run in M1 Global, and I'm sure that's given him some confidence here for this fight. But he's taking on one of the bigger prospects to join the UFC in years in Sharabutdin Magomedov, who is a fighter with a different look than almost any fighter you're going to see in UFC history. I mean, due to his eye injury, and he's an extremely entertaining fighter to watch as well. So he's just an enticing guy all around. He has a crazy style. I mean, you'll see him even outside the cage getting into these fights, and he's kind of a loose cannon, but he's definitely very fun to watch, and he is someone that can end the fight with one strike. He has crazy knockout power. Shara, he's dangerous with all limbs, too. He has the ability to land one-shot knockouts with hands, off the front foot, off the back foot. His kicks are dangerous. He has nasty knees and elbows, and he's light on his feet. He'll throw good feints. He bounces in out of range really well, and he's more of a kicker than a puncher, and counter striker primarily. He likes to use his lead leg. He uses it almost like a jab. He'll throw a lot of lead leg side kicks to the body. He can bring those kicks to the head too. After several lead leg side kicks to the body, he likes to go question mark kick. I've seen him throw axe kicks, switch kicks. I mean, basically has every kick in the book to any part of the body that you could think of. And he has heat in his hands too. He has a nice counter left hook. He has a good counter right cross. His right overhand is extremely powerful. And his feints and small movements to avoid and counter make him really dangerous when he's fresh, fast, and explosive. And I would say he isn't the best boxer, isn't the most active with his hands, but he's accurate with his counter punches. He keeps fighters at bay with the kicks, and then when fighters back him up, he has excellent clinch weapons too. I mean, he's always looking for the flashy stuff like the flying knees, spinning attacks, but he's also really good in the clinch with traditional, more technical techniques like just clinch knees, elbows off the break, and things like that. And defensively, he has pretty good distance control, head movement. He can get wild and seems like he can get a little bit tired sometimes. A fighter who can back him up continuously may give Magomedov some issues. And Magomedov, I mean, basically what he does is he looks to knock his opponents out with every strike he throws. He's ultra dangerous. 10 of his 11 wins are knockout wins. And brutal clinch knees, like I said, he has 3 knee knockouts in MMA. He doesn't really have the best wrestling, even though he's a Dagestani guy or a Russian guy. Not Dagestani, but he can get held against the cage. And overall, I mean, his wrestling and grappling are question marks. I feel a fighter who's good at staying active in the clinch, pushing guys against the cage could give Magomedov some issues, and good defensive striker with wrestling maybe could give him issues as well. But the couple times that I did see Magomedov get put on his back, he did get up quickly, and he did kind of get lucky in his last fight where he gave his back on his spinning attack, but the round ended really quickly after that happened, so we didn't get to really see how he would have kind of acted with someone on his back. But his cardio is also hard to gauge for me, because if you look at his fight at RCC 13, he slowed down, but he still fought hard through fatigue, and he is a dog, I will say that. But his more recent fight that went to decision, he pushed a crazy striking pace and looked fresh. So that's why I say his cardio is a little questionable, because he's kind of shown good and bad cardio. But it's been almost a year since we've seen him, and I'm very excited to see what he brings. And Bruno Silva is a brawler. He has one-shot knockout power. He isn't as technical. He isn't as diverse or tricky as Magomedov. He is good in the pocket. He likes to get in the pocket, land that counter right hook or the big left hand. He'll blitz in with big looping shots, and he has to be on his pressure and slip game here like he was with Brad Tavares. If he can get on the inside, nullify the kicks of Magomedov, make it more of a battle of the hands, he has a chance. I don't think he will be the cleaner fighter even in that realm, but he has the chance to land himself and take out anyone in that kind of fight. And even though I'm kind of questionable on Magomedov's wrestling and grappling defense, Bruno Silva, even though he's a black belt, he's not really someone that tends to get a lot of finishes or get a lot of takedowns or use wrestling really or finishes on the ground. And I don't think he's really going to go to that here. So I feel like recently Silva's chin is kind of not held up the greatest in certain fights. I feel like he got hurt against GM3, which was kind of alarming. He got hurt in his last fight with Brendan Allen on the feet, and he's never been knocked out, but he's gotten hurt and submitted on several occasions. And Sharabutdin Magomedov, I mean, I just don't think he's going to be that nice about it. I think when he hurts someone, he's going to go out there and pound him in the ground. So more than likely, I just feel like Magomedov's going to get the TKO victory. I think that if Silva was coming in here before, like, pre-Alex Pereira fight, he would have more of a chance. But I think at this point he's getting a little bit withered, and I think he's kind of maybe more toward the tail end of his career. So I think it's a good opportunity for Shara to come in here, get a big statement win against a guy that people respect, and kind of move up the rankings quickly. So I'm going to go with Magomedov, and I think he's going to win via KO TKO, I'll say, in the first round.